around the world have suffered grave pain ever since the breakout of the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020. The worst part is that it took away the lives of loved ones. Regretfully, the victims of the Sato Takeru impersonator were no exception to the violence of the COVID-19 pandemic. This story is about a cybercrime victim named Lucy, alias, who fell victim to Japanese actor Sato Takeru's impersonator. Some details are edited for privacy, and you may skip to if you are running short on time.
작년에 저랑 제 친구한테 이제 온라인 사칭범 사건으로 인해서 여러 가지 사건이 일어났었어요. 그래서 이 사건이 이제 한국 미디어에서 한번 주목을 받은 적이 있었는데 거기에 대해서 사람들의 반응이 피해자한테 공감하는 그런 것보다는 굉장히 그 피해자가 잘 몰라서 당한 걸 가지고 이게 네가 몰랐으니까 당했으니까 너는 멍청한 사람이다, 너는 나쁜 사람이다 라고, 그리고 그 연예인은 무슨 잘못이 있나 이렇게 얘기를 하는데, 보통 사람들은 사기를 당했다고 하면은 그렇게 얘기를 하지 않는데, 이러한 온라인 범죄에 대해서는 좀 이중적인 시각을 가진 거에 대해서 좀 아마 이거를 좀 예술적으로 풀어내면 어떨까 싶어서 이 피해를 당한 저도 그렇고 제 친구와 함께, 제 친구 이제 최세아 씨랑 함께 이 필름을 이렇게 제작을 하게 되었고요.
As one of Sato Takeru's impersonator victims, Lucy was a strong and independent young woman in her 30s. She worked hard even during the COVID-19 pandemic. She was a kind person. She was always sweet to everyone around her, and she never ignored anyone who needed help. She had only one wish, and it was for her grandmother's health. It was because her grandmother was at a nursing home for Parkinson's disease. She was worried about her grandmother a lot because the nursing home did not let anybody come for a visit, as COVID-19 was rampant. Her grandmother meant the world to Lucy. She was the one who taught her about family's love and affection. Lucy prayed for her grandmother every time she thought of her, and that was the best she could do for the given circumstance. Dear God, please protect my grandmother. Please help me so that I can meet her again. Please, I beg for your mercy. Maybe God wanted to reward her good soul. Her dear grandmother survived the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, and she was able to meet Lucy again, although there were some restrictions. Lucy was over the moon. The pandemic was not completely over, but she could finally reunite with her grandmother. But that was it. God granted her wishes just up to that point. Lucy's grandmother was too weak. Her spirit was not the same after not being able to meet anyone, including Lucy, for too long. The isolation completely changed her. She barely recognized Lucy, and it was too tough on her even for a short visit. Lucy felt like crying just looking at her grandmother, but she tried to look happy. All Lucy wanted was to give her grandmother a nice smile, especially because they hadn't seen each other for a very long time. However, some things Lucy's grandmother said dropped Lucy's heart. I saw your grandfather in my dreams. You know, he's already in heaven. In the dreams, I told him I was ready to leave now, because life was too hard on me. Then he got upset. He said I need to stay, although it is terrible. So I got into a fight with him. Lucy was devastated when she heard that. She frankly wanted to say, "Please, Grandma, don't leave me yet." But she decided to hide her feelings because her grandmother looked like she had gone through a lot. Lucy didn't want to cry before her grandmother, so she hurriedly headed home instead. On the way back, she clenched her fists, trying to stay strong. Finally, the day came, and Lucy's fear was right. One day in March 2023, at 4:17 a.m., Lucy's grandmother passed and left Lucy forever. Lucy got a call from the doctor and rushed to the hospital. There, she saw her grandmother's thin and frail body. She was not the same person Lucy remembered from her childhood. Grandmother's weak body was placed on the hospital bed, and her breath was barely sustained with a ventilator. It was as if she was quietly waiting for Lucy to join her final moment. Lucy felt helpless, with tears quietly rolling down her cheeks. The doctor said, "She really missed you during the pandemic. Honestly, I was not even supposed to let you come over last time. I think she really tried when she knew you were coming. I know it's not easy, but it is time to let her go. Say something. Her spirit should still be with us." On her grandmother's bedside, Lucy grabbed a clean towel and wiped her grandmother's body from head to toe. She reached for her grandmother's fragile wrist. She felt heartbroken. Finally, she gave a goodbye kiss on her grandmother's forehead. She also said her farewell. "I am sorry, Grandma. I don't want to be selfish anymore." "Okay, I'm not going to hold you anymore. Grandma, you can go anywhere you want now. I hope you rest in peace. I want you to feel no pain anymore. I love you forever and ever." As Lucy finished her sentence, her grandmother took a deep breath and let it out. Then she passed. She had moved on to the other side, leaving her loving Lucy on her own. Everything turned dark again, and something more dangerous than COVID-19 trapped Lucy. Lucy wanted to go back to her normal, but she was stuck. She stopped smiling, she lost weight, and she didn't want to talk to anyone anymore. Just like that, Lucy was serving her time in the darkness. She had no idea what was drawn upon her. Then she started searching for videos with keywords like depressing, very sad, and makes you cry. It was all just because. Some YouTubers and other people online recommended a Netflix show starring a Japanese actor, Sato Takeru. They said the plot was very sad, so she decided to give it a try. Lucy was still feeling hopeless when the show started. However, she felt something erupting from her heart as the show progressed. Yes, she started crying out, very loudly. She got to release her feelings thanks to what was going on in the show. After she cried for hours, the show's ending credit was going up. What happened to her was such a ritual, and she came back to her mind. The show gave her the energy to get back to her old self. She was feeling appreciative, and she wanted to thank the cast who performed the show's main roles. She especially felt empathetic to the role played by a Japanese actor, Sato Takeru, and she sincerely wanted to thank the actor. It was because Lucy inherited her grandmother's good values. Her grandmother used to say Lucy should share happiness together with other people. She said Lucy should say thank you, I love you, and I am sorry as much as possible. Lucy's grandmother believed what people say spells magic to other people. She said, kind words like thank you would melt away ice inside of people's hearts. Once people know how the world is such a warm place, everybody will become a better person. But Lucy never cared for celebrities. Especially, she had no idea about how to send fan emails to some celebrities abroad, and she tried to look up instructions online. She came across a Google email address shared by an anonymous fan online. That fan said she received responses from Sato Takeru a few times, although their conversation didn't go on so long. Other fans said as well they emailed to that address and received something back from Sato Takeru. More than anything, there were multiple fan testimonials for the past 2 years. That is why Lucy didn't get suspicious about the email. Hence, Lucy sent a fan mail to that Google address, saying thank you. In her writing, she also explained her and her grandmother's special relationship. That was the beginning of the uncalled tragedy, and it quickly invaded her life without warning. The impersonator was like a snake, malicious and evil. He consoled Lucy at first, and he acted like how real stars treat their fans. After some time, he tried to make friends with her. He approached Lucy slowly and swallowed her into the deep darkness. Sato Takeru impersonator victims are currently suffering from secondary victimization. The impersonator violated the law and sold the victims' information on the black market. He also tried to exploit more cryptocurrency. The victims tried to block the impersonator, but then he switched to another account to continue abusing the victims. He continued harassing those victims, saying, "You ruined everything." Around the end of October 2023, those affected fans reached out to Sato Takeru and his agency, Kolavo. They repeatedly asked for help. Neither of them cared to do anything for the victims, although it was indeed Sato Takeru's fans who suffered the damage.
사실은 이 사건에 대해서 피해자가 되고 난 다음에 여러 가지 방향으로 좀 알리려고 많이 노력을 했어요. 기획사에도 이제 연락을 취했고, 그리고 제가 일하고 있는 직장의 상사분의 도움을 받아서 서신도 보내고 미팅도 요청을 직접 했는데요. 미팅은 성사가 되지 않았고요. 그리고 사실 이게 그러니까 연예인이 얽혀 있다 보는 사건이니까 그분의 명예를 훼손하지 않기 위해서 다방면의 노력을 했는데, 이제 그런 방안에서 이렇게 저희가 이렇게 작품을 만들게 된 거고요. 이제 이거를 이제 피드백을 위해서 여러 사람들한테 보여주다 보니까 지인 중에 한 명이 이거를 그러면은 자기 친구가 이 행사를 에이전 아메리칸 필름틱이라는 행사를 하는데 여기 한번 영화제에 출품을 해보면 어떻겠냐 해서 소개를 받아가지고 아 좋은 기회다 해서 출품을 하게 됐고요. 네, 다행히도 또 인정을 받아서 이렇게 출품을 하게 되어서 상영이 되었습니다. 일단은 이 사건에 대해서 매듭을 짓고 싶고요. 그리고 이제 그 사칭범이 이제 같이 일하고 있는 공범자라고 얘기할 수 있을 것 같은데 한국에서는 이제 최세아 씨의 도움으로 저희가 대포통장주도 잡았고 6개의 계정도 지금 6개의 지금 그러니까 구자도 저희가 파악을 해서 한국 수사기관에 넘긴 상태거든요. 그래서 이거에 대해서 조금 더 갈무리할 수 있는 방향으로 좀 사건이 좀 해결이 되면 좋지 않을까 생각을 하고 있고요. 저희 사건 말고도 같은 사토 타케루라는 연예인의 사칭 사건으로 인해서 1억 이상 피해를 본 다른 여성분도 계시다고 들었어요. 근데 그분 같은 경우에는 사건이 미제로 끝났다고 하시더라고요. 저희 말고도 진짜 굉장히 많은 이 사이버 범죄 피해자분들께서 가장 어려워하시는 게 국제적인 범죄이다 보니까 미결 사건으로 넘어가고 수사가 중단되는 가장 마음이 아픈 일이라고 하시더라고요. 그래서 그런 일들을 좀 회복이 될 수 있는 방향으로 좀 조력을 할까 싶습니다. 개인적으로는 지금 제가 로스쿨을 준비를 하고 있는데 법을 좀 공부를 해서 나중에 좀 그러니까 좀 사회가 좀 좋은 방향으로 변할 수 있도록 도움을 주고 싶습니다. 네. 일단 여기까지 브루클린까지 오셔가지고 취재 해주신 CNBC 그 커뮤니티 미디어 브로드캐스팅 분들 너무 감사드리고 일단 여기 그리고 이런 자리 만들어주신 엔젤 야후 그리고 파티마한테도 너무 감사드리고요. 뭐 글쎄요 일단 다 잘 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 화이팅! 네.